Hi, welcome back to Bridging the Pond. In our last video, we provided overall ratings for Cocoon Maldives and promised to come back with the details. So here we are with the details. Just as a quick reminder, we were traveling with a group of 13 people, ages 29 to 65.
She means 21 to 65.
Sure, we'll give him that. Realistically, though, we did have representation in every decade in between. So we really feel that this makes it a very comprehensive review of Cocoon Maldives.
Absolutely. It is the most detailed review that we can find out there on the internet.
So, again, reintroducing the team, starting off with.
Yeah, we've got the newlyweds, which was Chase and Alex.
And then we have Craig and Allison.
Then back over to my side of the pond, we've got Jeff and Wendy.
The other Brits. But if we hop back to my side of the pond for some more Americans, we have Tim and Laura.
And then we've got the girl band, which is Erica, Nancy, and Victoria.
So we asked each person to rate multiple aspects of the experience on a 5-star scale.
Yeah, so starting off, if somebody rated it 1 out of 5, that would mean terrible.
2 would be below expectations.
3 out of 5 is, yeah, it's a whole lot of fine.
4 is very good.
But 5 is phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So, again, just to reground on what those overall ratings are.
Yeah, so the Seaplane transfer, you got 4.5 out of 5, which is pretty good.
Welcome and check-in was 4.4 stars.
The rooms got a bit of a disappointing 3.3 out of 5, and you're going to find out why.
There were some mixed ratings there. Service, though, was 4 stars all the way.
Dining, a bit of 3 out of 5 for that one.
Excursions were 4 stars.
The worst performing section was the all-inclusive options. That only got 2.7 out of 5.
With entertainment coming in at 3.8.
So, at the end of this, we asked everybody in the group, including ourselves, was it worth it?
And we got a resounding yes from 12 out of the 13 group members.
So let's dive further into this and find out exactly how these scores came about. Okay, first up is Chase. Chase, thank you for joining us on this adventure. Let's start off with the first thing. When we got to Mali Airport, we was greeted by the people that were doing the transfers, the reception, the seaplane.
I give it a 5. I think it was pretty seamless, getting the luggage, transportation, getting on the plane, and friendliness of the staff and everything. I think it was good.
I'll give it a 5, but keep in mind I've never been on a seaplane in my entire life. But I thought it was smooth. It was seamless. They took care of us. They found us. They escorted us. The only thing I might ding it on is the fact that they're not super clear on pricing for baggage weight overage. So when you get there, they weigh your bags. We were part of a group, so we got a little bit of forgiveness on weight here or there because they weighed the whole group, but I know we have some other members of our party that are going to talk soon. They got nailed with that baggage overage. So I think they should make that a little clearer, but the transfer itself was seamless. The process was seamless.
It was about what I expected. Yeah, I didn't see any surprises there.
Okay. Next, once we arrived here...
Oh, wait. Air conditioner. It could have been cooler.
Yeah, come to that in a second.
Yeah,
on the plane,
on the plane, yeah.
Okay.
So when we're sitting there, you're kind of hot.
I don't think there was any air conditioning.
No,
there?
that's right.
I think it was
that's
literally
right.
just the...
They had a little fan once you got started, right?
Yeah.
So, but while you're sitting there, it's still hot.
So a redesign of the seaplanes needed.
Yeah, put some AC in the seaplanes.
Yeah. Okay.
So unlike everyone else, I'm going to give that a 3. When we got there, we were not able to find the person with our sign, and a random other person with a different company was like, "Can I help you? You guys look lost," and took us to the Cocoon stand. And then we had to wait there a while. It was very, very hot. We're the group that had the problem with our luggage being heavy and got charged around $100 for that. And while we were waiting for it to get weighed, that was probably a 15-20 minute experience and no air conditioning. That was very warm. And when we got on the bus to go to the seaplane, terminal, the bus was very crowded and there wasn't a lot of space for us with our hand baggage.
So, were you not told about the luggage before?
We were not told. Alex looked it up and told us, so we then tried to pack a lot lighter, but they also didn't weigh it individually. They did it as all three of us, so we weren't really sure whose was what at the end. We expected to pay a little, but we didn't expect to pay as much as we did. And it was just really, really hot at the Male airport while we waited a long time for them to weigh our bags.
Okay, let's move on then to once you arrived here at Cocoon with the Seaplane. How did you find the welcome and reception from the staff?
I'd say it was a 5. It was nice to get off the plane. They took our bags. They gave us Prosecco.
That's always good.
Yeah, that worked. That was great for me.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. Again, I'm going on past experiences of when we got off the plane, the seaplane. Yes, we did get cool towels, but we also, the last time we were met with the coconut, you know, with the drinks in, and it was a little bit more special, should I say. Yeah, so that's
Fair comment.
Yeah.
I will give that a 4. I thought it was very good, very friendly and efficient.
Let's talk then about the rooms. I know you said obviously yours wasn't ready, but everybody else's were.
Yeah.
How have you found the rooms here at Cocoon? You've got, bearing in mind, you've got the posh room because you are the honeymooners.
Yes, we upgraded. I think I would give it a 3. The reason being, one is the AC. Honestly, if I could have spent the entire time in this room that we paid extra for, I would. Being able to have the blinds open, we weren't able to do that. I was really excited about the jacuzzi bath. The room is a sauna, so I couldn't enjoy a bath either. And then the lounge chairs, which I know sounds kind of picky, but the lounge chairs are probably one of the most uncomfortable things that I've ever lounged on. And so I would find myself being more comfortable on the wooden deck. So, yeah.
Now, we know you had the posh room out the whole group. You had the
Beautiful pool setting.
I would call it the honeymoon suite. And you can probably see we're actually on Chase and Alex's deck doing this part here, but they've got a private pool, they've got a huge wooden deck and a detached room. So it is the best in the resort. So how would you rate the room?
I think overall I'd give the room a 4. I think everything from cleanliness to the awesome deck and pool out here and the amenities. I think everything was great. The only problem we had was the air conditioning. We're really struggling. We had to transfer from one room to another because it was hot. We got into the next room and it was cool enough, but otherwise I'd give it a 4. I think it was great. If it wasn't for the AC, it would have got a 5.
I think it's hard. I think the room itself would have been a 4. I do think with the AC issues, it probably knocks it down to a 3. The over-the-water bungalow is great. Having the patio that you can just slip into the ocean is awesome, but we couldn't really spend a whole lot of time in our room just because the heat was so bad. We also have a group of 3, and our room was still pretty much set up for 2 people with 2 life jackets, 2 bathrobes. So that was a little bit of a bummer just because we had paid the price for 3 all-inclusives. Thought it might have been a little bit better organized and tailored to that experience.
I would have to give the room a 3, which is really hard for me to say. Like the overwater bungalow is really hard, but to go to a sauna every day was kind of miserable. Usually whenever you go into a room, you know, you have that level of comfort, but honestly getting ready was kind of a chore to me.
Did the rooms get colder as the evening went on?
It got a little bit cooler, but I don't think it was comfortable enough for me.
I think I'll give the room a 3. It's really beautiful to be out here, but because of how hot it is, we weren't really able to open our blinds and enjoy the view. So we didn't really, sometimes I would forget that we had that view because we kept our blinds closed the whole time. The bathroom felt like a sauna. We spent most of our days, we would go to the island at breakfast and not come back till we had to get ready for dinner because we just didn't want to be in our room because of how hot it was. So we didn't spend a lot of time there. I would rate Chase and Alex's room a 5 because I spent more time on their patio at the pool than I spent in my room.
So hot. That's the one word I would say. Even with the AC running.
And when you say hot, we don't mean in a good way, right?
Yeah, it's temperature-wise, it was hot. And it's humid, right? So tough to sleep in heat.
here.
So what number?
Yeah, that one's got to be a low number. I don't want to go all the way to 1, but I'll go to a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to give my room a 4, which is not to say, unlike everybody else, it wasn't hot as Hades. It was, but I was in a thatched roof bungalow over top of the Indian Ocean. I walked down my stairs and swam around, snorkeled a couple times, hung out with some friends, having drinks behind our rooms. I mean, it's just hard to beat that. So it would be a 5 out of 5 for me, almost regardless. But I have to take a point off for what everyone else said. The temperature control was absolutely abysmal. But they kept it clean. The sheets were comfortable. The bed was comfortable. The view was phenomenon. You were right above turquoise water. Like, I got to give it a 4.
I'm probably going to go on that, probably a 3.5. Just a couple of things. Our fridge was really, sorry, my glasses keep falling. We found our fridge really hot. So we did call, and they did promptly come and take a look at it. But they did tell us it is an issue that they know about. It's where they're situated that they can't vent, so the fridges won't get cold. So, but they did resolve it. They moved it into the room. They asked if we minded it being in the room, and we said no. And it's lovely and cold. So they did resolve it. I found the showers slippy. Slipped a few times. I ended up just putting a towel on the floor in the shower, left it wet. Yeah, a couple of little things as far as like the flooring is coming away at places, which, but I do believe that apparently they're going to be doing some renovations on the place. So yeah.
Well, the rooms are pretty good. It's like a decent hotel room. I'm not sure. I can't remember if the resort styles itself as a 5-star. I would say it was near a 3.5 to 4-star, and I'm going to give it that. Number. I'm going to give it a 3.5. The setting, the ambiance is fantastic. Being over the water is brilliant. But it's mainly the air conditioning struggled with the kind of heat and humidity here. And obviously that's not a new thing that they have to deal with that all the time. So whether or not it gets updated in the upcoming refurbishment, I don't know. But for that reason, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I'll give that a 3. I also had some AC issues on the first room, but they were extremely efficient in getting us moved to another room, helped move the bags down and things like that. So, but I still, there's been a theme here with air conditioning, and we fell into that as well.
How long did it take them to move you?
From the first time my wife called until the time I think we moved, it's probably 2 or 3 hours.
I will give it a 3 because of the AC and the bathrooms being very hot. And yeah, I'll give it a 3.
And then obviously we're sitting on our own dock now,
Yes.
just filming this last part. But how would you rate the room that we actually had here?
So I'm going to diverge from the rest of the folks, and I'm going to give the room a 5. And I'm going to give it a 5 for a couple of reasons. One, the view, right? You can see it. It is gorgeous. The layout is fantastic. The bed is looking straight out these windows. There's 2 sofas you can sit and look out these gorgeous windows at this view. It's perfectly clean and comfortable. I am also comparing it to staying at a lot of tropical locations, and typically I find in tropical resorts there's challenges with ants or mildew in corners or things like that, and our room does not have, I haven't seen a single ant, no bugs at all, no mildew. It's very spotless, looks fresh and new. I will say our air conditioner, don't tell our friends, worked.
We did have the best air conditioner.
We had the best air conditioner of the group. It did start off actually a little bit less cold, but we're a little bit more heat tolerant maybe than other folks. And then it made a horrible noise in the middle of the night, which was not super fun. They came and fixed it, and now it's like lovely in there. The bathroom is a sauna, so I might have to say 4.5, honestly, because the bathroom is really hot.
So I've been fortunate enough to 25, 26 years ago, come to the Maldives. Different island. Last time, 25 or 26 years ago, again, not much money, right? Because, you know, things change over time. And so I was in a beach villa that time. Could only dream of having an overwater bungalow, but as you can see, here we are. So we stepped through the front door of our room, and both myself and you, Leslie, we were wowed. The rooms are wide open, they're spacious. There's a big king-size bed straight in front of double doors, looking out onto this beautiful view that you're seeing behind me. Yeah, blown away with that. We've opened the door to the bathroom, and we've gone from being in a nice, cool environment to being in a sweatbox. So for some reason, there is no AC in the bathrooms. That being said, the only time you're in the bathrooms is to use your ablutions or to have a shower, and then you're quickly back in the room again. So for me, I think, I'll be a 4.5 out of 5 for the room. And as you said in your interview, Leslie, we were the lucky ones. Our room stayed cool the whole time, and you know, as you've heard by now, we had some horror stories with the rest of the group, and you know, a few of them being moved. So yeah, nothing to complain about. 4.5 out of 5. If they could just sort out some air conditioning in the bathrooms, which I know they've got a revamp coming up of the resort, hopefully they can take care of that, and then it would be a 5 all the way. Next, the service levels here on the island.
I give those thumbs up. I haven't had an issue whatsoever, so those are 5s in my opinion.
Wonderful.
I mean, they were kind. I think they were it's a whole lot of fine for me. I'd give it a 3. I think they were all lovely. They tried. They were nice, but were they a
Nothing really
4-star or a 5-star? No, they were good. They were a whole lot of fine.
I would give it a 4. It's a very soft 4. For my group, we seem to have a lot of people picking on us. It wasn't everybody, but just a few particular staff members seemed to give us a hard time when they didn't give that to anybody else. But we did have like exceptional staff members, and I would definitely say that overall, great.
I would say a 3.5. I feel like we got in trouble more than other groups for not dressing appropriately, or I took a water bottle from the main area in the buffet back to the table, and the staff came over and like told me I wasn't allowed to do that, and I feel like we've just gotten in trouble for things that surprised me. But some of the service people are wonderful and amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a 4. Overall, the service has been really good. A little bit sketchy with the odd individual. Other than that, though, overall, everybody's been nice, kind, friendly. So yeah, the bar staff are good. The waiters while we're drinking in the evening. Yeah, I'd say it was good. So I'm going to give it a 4.
You just can't go wrong with it. You know, if I relate it to my other Maldivian experience 20 odd years ago, it's chalk and cheese. Can't fault it at all. 5 out of 5 all the way.
Service was hit and miss. I do feel like there were a lot of rules that weren't communicated, and they weren't consistent, and when they were brought up, they weren't necessarily always the kindest about it. But I will say, once we started tipping daily, service got a little bit better. And with that, there was still some staff members that were phenomenal regardless, and were really, really awesome too. So a bit of a mixed bag, but overall I would say service was a 4.
Okay. And the dining here at Cocoon?
A 3.
Any particular reason?
I felt like it was mass-produced feeling, and I don't know, just wasn't a big fan.
The dining, that one I'm going to give it a 5. I think the food, the options, the flavor, the atmosphere was a little tough because it was hot in the main restaurant that we would always eat at, but I think the food itself was good. So
fantastic.
2. I'm gonna have to go 2.
Okay, what's the reason for that one?
Just I'm struggling to find something really that I enjoy. The ice cream's nice. Fruit. But yeah, it's just maybe it's just me. But yeah.
The food has been lacking as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna go with a 1.5 out of 5. The only reason it's not a 1 is because they did the best naan bread that I've ever tasted here. It was fresh, it was cooked right in front of you. And also then last night when we went to the speciality restaurant where we had a $30 per room per person credit, they brought out again this fresh made bread that was still hot with an anchovy butter, which I know anchovy is not for everybody, but that was just incredible. Everything else on the whole has just been below standard. We're at a 4/5-star resort. The food is at a Howard Johnson level. It's really not there, so disappointed with the food. On the plus side, didn't put too many pounds on, so happy with that. I'm going to go back slimmer than what I was expecting.
So for me, a little too much pasta, rice, and potatoes. I would rather have some different things other than that. Now, some of the stuff was really good. Like butter chicken was really good. You know, there were some other items that were also really good. Hot. Again, if you had more fans, or fans that are blowing like super hard to keep the wind, going, because it's an outdoor setting, that would have helped. Because I find myself drifting to wanting to take my food and go to the beach where the wind was blowing, right?
Yeah.
Or try to find an indoor place to eat, right? I mean, that would have been nice too. So that would be my comment on the food piece.
So 1 to 5 on that.
So probably 2.
Food itself was good. Unfortunately, with the heat, I could never really fully enjoy that. But the food was what I expected. I think coming in, my concern was just not having enough healthy options, but they really did that well, and it was some really good like grilled options, a really healthy salad bar, really awesome breakfast options, but it was just so hot I never felt like I got to fully experience or appreciate it. So I think dining's a 4 only because it was too hot to really enjoy.
The dining itself, I mean, the all-inclusive food, buffet-style food, it's great in the fact that you have a reasonable amount of options, but in terms of the quality of the food, it was a bit hit and miss. Sometimes it was really good, sometimes it was not so good, sometimes it wasn't nice at all. So you could always find something to eat, but as an overall experience, I would give that a 3.5.
Okay.
Very great. I would probably still call it a 3 because the options were very limited. And the other options there's probably, I think, 3 different options on the island, and only one of them was included. But the options that we did have were good. Leslie brought up a good point. She called it kind of like a potluck. You don't really know what you're going to get each day, and sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses. So every single time, though, I was able to find something I enjoyed.
And any excursions that you took or you've seen advertised and didn't take for certain reasons?
We did the snorkeling, which was free, and I think that's a great thing. The staff was really nice, and you get 30 minutes free every single day, which I thought was a really good add-on.
And how would we rate it then, 1 to 5?
I would give that a 5.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm going to give the excursions a 3. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I think that they are overpriced, quite frankly, and a little bit misleading. So Derek was going to do a dive excursion and it had a price of $137 listed, but that was apparently when he went to go and book it plus. And so it was really more like $300, which is a big leap. I also think that things that I've experienced in other all-inclusive resorts like hobby cats are usually included, and it's not included here. It's actually really expensive. So the selection of excursions and the pricing I felt like was really out of line with what I've experienced in other resorts. Now, with that said, what brings it up from a 1 or a 2 is that House Reef snorkeling excursion, which we all did, and it was fantastic. The staff was amazing. It was included, which was incredible. I would have expected to have had to pay for that. So that really kind of brings it up to a 3 for me.
Well, I'll talk about the 2 I went on. I had a great time, no issues, flawless, well executed. So, and I caught the biggest fish.
So let's see. We went fishing. It was hand monofilament line, right? I'm used to a fishing pole. Let's see. So, the captain was okay. I don't know if exactly he had the right fishing spot because we were catching some whoppers. And then the bait was fine. I think it was all right. So I'd give it a 2.
And the excursions, these are the ones you've taken or ones that you've
Yeah, I
seen
enjoyed the
advertised?
snorkeling trip. If I mention that I did go for a massage, so I suppose that's sort of in there,
Yep.
which was absolutely excellent. So, I'm probably going to give that a 4 because it was, the staff in the spa was lovely. So really enjoyed that.
Next, let's talk about the all-inclusive element at the resort here. How did you find that?
Comparing to past ones I've done, I give it a 3.
What do you think was missing?
I thought there was too many add-ons that cost. Again, not bringing food to the room and the drinks, or room service being extra, and I just would give it a 3 compared to ones I've done before.
I think I would give it a 3. I wish there was more included, or the options weren't as pricey for things. Like people stated, tonight some of us are eating dinner somewhere else for $85 solely because we didn't want to eat in the hot dining room, but that seems a little expensive for what the food probably will be.
Yeah, no, that's close to a 1 for me. I'll give it a 1.5. Because here's the thing. I think I want to give it a 2 because I had a good time. But from the word all-inclusive, I had way different expectations. And I'm a frequent avid cruiser. So it just wasn't what I normally think of when I think of all-inclusive. So special meals, anything you wanted for your room, any extras, any type of special drink. It's like everything was an extra. And then I don't even mind paying for things, but I feel like they didn't price it in a way that made you able to do that. Like if you wanted a different experience or a better experience, you went from free to $200 a head. And I feel like there was a lot of wiggle room in there for them to create really memorable experiences for their guests somewheres in between. You can have the $200 experiences, $200 US dollars experiences. You can have the free experiences, but where are the like $80 to $100 experiences that are just going to make it more memorable of a trip, where you can make it more affordable for people to do more things while they're here?
The all-inclusive, I would say, is also a 3 for all the reasons other people have said that. I think it's strange and arbitrary. You could order the components of a drink separately and that would be included, but you had to mix it yourself, because if you wanted that drink actually mixed or in the same glass, that was not included. Folks talked about not being allowed to have a drink in your room is bizarre. There were only 2 bars. One was really far away and the other one was kind of far away. So I would have liked to have been able to, get a couple of beers and go to the beach or something like that you would normally be able to do in an all-inclusive that you can't do here. So
Yeah, I'd probably give that a 1 or a 2. I think that not being able to bring drinks back to your room or have access to those drinks in your room. Like I said, I would have spent all time here in the room that I paid a lot of money for if I had access to that. But I'd always have to walk, the 10, 15-minute walk up to the bar to get a drink and had to drink it there. I would have much rather done it here in the privacy of the room we spent a lot of money on. And then I would also say, hold on, that beer and wine you can only get beer and wine at the dining option was really lame. And I got in trouble for trying to bring a drink from the bar that's right next door into the dining option. So that was kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I think that's a 3. It really didn't feel inclusive to me. It's a good package, but I wouldn't say it's all encompassing. A lot of drinks that are pretty typical, like a mojito, my vacation drink, I couldn't get. So I've been ordering a mocktail that's pretty much a mojito and asking for either a shot of vodka or a shot of rum just to make ends meet there. And then food is really difficult to acquire. If you're not sitting and eating in the boiling hot restaurant, it's pretty hard to make sure that you're getting your meals. So I don't think that's truly an all-inclusive.
Okay, and then finally, being the Maldivian dancing champion, and we'll show a clip of this on the channel. How would you rate the entertainment?
Well, Maldivian night was 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Everything else, I would probably rate the entertainment for a 3. It seemed pretty typical. It was a DJ or a live band. I think there could have been more performances or something just a little bit more engaging. And then I felt that the entertainment often started pretty late. Dinner ended around 9:30 most nights, and then sometimes entertainment didn't start till 10 or 10:30. So there's a lot of sitting around and you're pretty sleepy, and even when the DJ comes on, it's pretty hard to get a really engaged crowd at that point when you've just been sitting in the same bar listening to pretty much the same music before the start of the official entertainment.
I'd give it a 4 overall. I had a lot of fun with some of the entertainment. Some of it was kind of it was okay, but they still had something going on every night, and it was a different selection of items.
I thought it was very good. Not quite a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4.5. We were entertained every night. The singers that we heard were very good. The DJ was very good, and then they did a Maldivian dance night and got everybody up dancing, and everybody enjoyed that. So that was fun.
That's brilliant.
I would give the entertainment a 3. I feel like most nights there wasn't that much happening. There was music playing, but nothing else. The Maldivian night with the dancing was like amazing at a 5, but every other night I feel like it's been a lot quieter and just kind of like sitting.
Wonderful. And then Leslie's favorite question.
Was it worth it?
Yes, 100%. With the deal you guys found, a million times yes.
I would say it was definitely worth it for the package we did. I probably wouldn't pay full price, but for what we paid, I would say it was worth it.
Oh, it's definitely worth it.
What's not to love?
I'm actually think I'm going to be the outlier here, and I'm going to say no. I would, I think if your experience you're looking for is an over-the-water bungalow, you could probably do that, especially specifically for the United States, a lot closer, and get probably more of that, drinks at your bed, like drinks in your room, like food at your room, and all of that stuff. I think the 2 good reasons for it potentially being worth it is if you want to say that you've gone to the Maldives, and that if you want to say like you're never going to get a seaplane experience probably at the other places. So I think that's probably I would have probably stuck a little bit closer to home. But for the price we got, it was amazing. Can't complain about that.
Was it worth it? I think for the deal we had, yeah, it was worth it, but I'd probably try somewhere else next time. But I'm happy I came.
Oh yeah, totally. Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. It is paradise on earth. So forget all the whining. Come. It's amazing.
Well, let me go off script a second. The ambiance, because I've kind of dogged it for a minute, right? But I got to tell you, what we're missing is the ambiance. The place is beautiful. The water is crystal clear. The nighttime, feel is like I'm in heaven, right? So that part, 5, you can't beat the ambiance. The just the place that you're at. Just a feel of the tropics, 5, hands down. The rest of it, gotta work on it.
So was it worth it?
Yeah.
We can bleep that bit out. That's good.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was worth it. I mean, it's a gorgeous location. The fish are amazing. I think Tim really hit the nail on the head that we're parsing all the details, but goodness, this is a beautiful place to be. And heck yeah, I'd love to be here with my friends again.
Absolutely. We managed to get a really good deal on this vacation. We've just had the most amazing time. So was it worth it? Yes, because the price was right. We booked it through a travel agent in the UK. They did a phenomenal job. They worked with us on the price because there was a big group, and value for money, 5-star. Would I come back to Cocoon again? I would love to give the management team at Cocoon the opportunity to revisit this. Just not sure how we would make that happen, but never say never, but definitely worth it for the money we paid.
It was worth it, very much so, and I probably would choose somewhere else to come next time I visit the Maldives.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we got a good deal. I think it was worth it. A little laborious to get over here, but outside of that, once you're here, it's a good time.
Yes, it was. It was definitely worth it. I had a fantastic time. Would I come back to this resort? No, probably not.
Yeah, I think it was absolutely worth it. It couldn't be anything other than worth it. It was great value for money from our point of view. But whatever people paid, it's a unique experience. It's a fabulous destination. So yeah, I don't know if I'd come to this particular resort again, but I'd certainly come to the Maldives and try a different one. That being said, there's a lot of choice.
I hope everyone enjoyed hearing our perspectives on Cocoon in Maldives. We had a great vacation with a great group of people, and hopefully we're able to give you really good information that you can use to plan your vacation. And if you liked it, love if you could like and subscribe. We're really trying to kind of build up our channel here, and that would mean so much to us. If you didn't like it, still like and subscribe. I'm okay with that. But we hope it was helpful. Love to hear comments. If you've been to Cocoon or other resorts in the Maldives, I think you heard a lot of our friends saying that we'd love to come back, but maybe somewhere else. Tell us what your experience was and what you think, whether you agree or disagree. Love to hear it.
Yeah, I would personally love to hear which resorts you've been to in the Maldives. I know there's a lot of them to choose from. The one I went to before was Lily Beach, but that's really been my only experience here and there. So please put in the comments section anywhere you've been. Let us know what you liked about it and what you didn't like about it. And as Leslie said, please like and subscribe and follow us. We're going to be bringing you lots more videos like this, vacations, food, drink, and just the finer things in life. So thank you guys.
And tips and tricks to help you do it too.
Doing
Thanks so much.
Doing it on a budget. Thanks a lot. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye.